I'm Michael Horn, but the star of our show, in the lounge, as he's here every week, is the Sultan of Safeties. 2 safeties in one game, the all-pro defensive end, the acting legend, the superstar, the one and only Mr. Fred Dryer.
Welcome to our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Michael Horn. You know, the cover of today's LA Times is a conversation.
What do you mean?
About Jeff Fisher, the Ram coach.
Oh, boy.
And about the general manager, Les Snead, and the fact that the Rams have showed up here in town with a losing outfit. And as I'm looking at my stuff here on the desk, as I usually do, and thinking about what we're going to talk about and what I feel like it and what comes out when the microphone comes on, I look down, and under this newspaper, I see a Rams-Redskins football program from August 21st, 1959, and there it is.
How did that get there?
Right there.
How did that get there, Fred Dryer?
I don't know. It's a little Christmas elf.
It's a Los Angeles Rams, Washington, 1959. That was before your heyday.
I was 13.
You were 13 years of age.
I was 13, and guess what?
What?
Underneath.
Oh, there's something underneath there. What is underneath that?
Underneath is another program
Playboy
from
magazine.
1957.
The Rams playing again the Washington Redskins.
That's
There's a
correct.
pattern here. The same
That's
team.
correct.
Does that all the Rams played in the 50s with the Redskins?
That's all they played. They just had 2 games. That's
one
all
in
they
1957 and one in 1959.
But I read through this, and I'm reading through this, and guess what I
Then what did you
I
find?
see? I see a Pacific Coast League program from the Hollywood Stars.
Oh, wait a minute. This is the
This
old
is
minor
before
league
the
team
Dodgers came here.
in Los Angeles. Had the Hollywood Stars, and it's 15 cents. Boy, they were getting the breaking
That's
in the
a
books.
rip-off, by the
And this
way.
was at where was this being played? What field?
This was
Gilmore.
being played at Gilmore Field, which is right now, for those of you who know the geography of Southern California, is right where CBS television
City is the big
right
television
now.
city,
Television
right?
city right there.
Right here.
And right across the way was the great Pan Pacific Auditorium. That's where my father, who was a sporting goods salesman in the 50s, he took us kids to watch the latest in camping and sporting equipment, and they had the big seance there right next to the Gilmore Field, which was a couple of parking lots away from the Pan Pacific Auditorium.
They had a seance?
It was
What do you mean
yes.
by a seance?
A get-together where everybody got
Okay,
together
gotcha.
and foamed about what's the greatest sleeping bag ever made.
There's one more program that you didn't talk about.
Well, there's a couple here I didn't talk
There's
about.
another one here.
There's another one down there.
This is the
This one
official
here?
program. What does that say?
Wrigley Field.
Oh, Wrigley Field, Los Angeles.
This was a cover for Wrigley Field. You can see down
This was
here.
the Wrigley Field, though,
This
in
was-
Los
this
Angeles.
is LA's Wrigley Field.
Not the world champion Wrigley
Right.
Field in Chicago. Did I say that?
Yeah, you could
Is that
put
correct?
our Wrigley Field inside of Chicago's Wrigley Field.
You could. You really could.
Could. But I'm looking at all this, and time flies, and it just tells you that this newspaper here that talks about the Rams in a way that kind of rattles the fan base. But it's just another sporting event, another story that we have to put up with, and
That's our show. Thanks for listening. We'll see
so
you
when
next
you
week.
guys come back from this next break,
we
we'll
gotta
talk
probably
about
back.
more stuff.
Okay. Fred
It doesn't
Dryer,
mean anything.
Fred Dryer in the lounge on CRN.
Honey, did you grab your Lidocare pain patch?
I think so.
Well, does it have 4% lidocaine?
Check.
8-hour relief.
Check.
Maximum strength adhesion.
Check.
Dry technology.
Check.
Is it water resistant?
Check.
Narcotic free.
Check.
And finally, American made?
Check. Don't be fooled by other lidocaine patches. Grab the relief you deserve the first time with Blue Emu's Lidocare. Available at CVS, Walgreens, and Amazon.
I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans. Recently, mortgage rates have dropped to the second lowest level in history. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is all the way down to 4.125%. APR 4.82%. It's a great time to refinance with Quicken Loans and save hundreds every month. So lock in this ultra-low rate before it goes back up. Call 800-QUICKEN. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
Gotta love the good holiday music coming to you from the lounge. I'm Michael Horn, the Sports Lounge with the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer, the Sultan of Safeties. 2 safeties in one game, the all-pro defensive end. And we've been perusing. I was looking at this Hollywood Stars official program. This was the minor league Hollywood Stars, the only baseball in Southern California. And the official program, just 15 cents. And I'm going through here, and I'm wondering what happened to some of the players. And there's some great ads in here. First off, there's Drive the Volvo today. And look at that Volvo. This looks like something that would look just great in you driving right behind the wheel of that new Volvo.
That's a great car, that Volvo. I remember
Really?
that car. If you look in there, you'll see Lee Walls selling cars.
Okay, so there's a guy named Kurt Radin. Whatever happened to him? Do you remember Kurt Radin? One of the Hollywood Stars' top young right-hand pitching prospects, Kurt Radin, a potential 20-game winner in the Pacific Coast League, big and fast. Radin spent part of the 56th season with Hollywood, and in that time, he displayed a great deal of potential, which might be realized under the astute tutelage of Clyde Kink. Now, Clyde Kink, I think, they sang the song Wolverton Mountain. Maybe that's a different.
He sang
Clyde,
that, didn't he?
It's Clyde Kink. Maybe it was Clyde King.
He did that in the offseason.
Now, there's another guy here, and I got to read this one because this guy, I think, became a Dodger scout. Ben Wade.
Ben Wade, he was a Dodger scout.
Ben Wade became a Dodgers scout, and apparently he was on the old Pacific Coast League Dodgers. The big Hollywood pitcher who hails from Pasadena is out to have a big year for the Stars. Ben is the dean of the Twink pitching staff. Is that what they call them, the Hollywood Twinks? Stars?
Why would
Twink.
they call
Stars was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Twink pitching staff.
Is that what they were going for?
And is rated as one of the best hitting pitchers in the PCL. Last year, Wade hit 6 homers to lead all pitchers. He also pitched a 1-hit shutout over San Francisco because they had a minor league team there for his top performance. The Seals, right?
Yeah.
Wade is in the best shape he's been in for the last 5 years.
And there's a picture of him with a big belly.
Big Ben Wade.
He's been lifting those Falstaff brews over there on Beverly Boulevard.
Boy, they're advertising the lineup at the Flamingo Hotel. Jack Benny and Giselle McKenzie.
Yeah. Well, listen,
Vincent
the
Simone.
Hollywood Stars were literally that. You could go to a Hollywood Star game and see, Perry Como and Bing Crosby and Bob Hope and all of these people in L.A. They would get off of work, they'd empty out of the studios, and they get in the car and they drive down to catch a 1:00 afternoon game and then be back by the afternoon show.
Look at this ad for Dahlstrom's where they repair your fountain pen.
That's wild.
And they repaired pens back then?
You drop the pens off as you're going into your seat. And then when the game's over, you stop by and you pick your pen up.
And apparently Log Cabin was a big advertiser also there. Log Cabin bread was good. And then tropical jellies and preserves. These are some great things here. And the Joe Carnes Trio was performing at the Capri restaurant. And this is really good. They were selling old gold cigarettes.
Very nostalgic. It takes me back to when I was 10, 11 years of age. And Chesterfields. Those were the cigarettes of the Stars.
Let's see if you know of it. Here's the 1957 Hollywood Stars roster. The manager was Clyde King, again, the guy who sang Wolverton Mountain.
Yeah, that's right.
And the coach was John Fitzpatrick. They just had one of each. And the pitchers were Clarence Churn, Benny Daniels, Robert Garber, George O'Donnell, Walter Pitts, Curtis Radin, Donald Rowe, Ben Wade, Fred Waters, and George Will. The catchers, William Hall and Nicholas Kobach.
This means nothing, actually.
And I don't know any of these guys.
I know. That's what.
Infielders,
Stop reading.
James Baumer, Forrest Jacobs.
Stop reading.
Leo Rodriguez. Is there anybody we know
No,
here?
there's not. So you got to stop reading.
Emil Panko was an outfielder. Paul Pettit.
That's it.
Best thing in the thing was the ad for the Norelco razor. They still look like this, but
Yeah, I don't care. It
anyway,
looked
this
like
is nice.
yeah, but this is the great nostalgic stuff here. This was pre Fred Dreyer going to my Ram game in 58. You do know, ladies and gentlemen, in 1958, two incredible things happened to your host.
To Fred Dreyer.
Dreyer.
What happened?
That was in February of 58, the Rams moved to the Coliseum from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, wow.
Number two was in September of
I mean
that
the Dodgers,
same year.
not the Rams. The
I'm
Dodgers.
sorry,
Yeah.
but in September of that same year, I went to my first Ram game with the Bears at the Coliseum with my brother and my dad.
Wow, what was that like?
And two of the great events of my life forged my life forever.
What's
You know,
that?
Well, I mean, it introduced me to baseball,
Yep.
introduced me to football, introduced me to sports, and it introduced me to a whole host of great people that would take me under their wing and encourage me to live my dream and my fantasy.
Did you go to? Was you probably a kid? You didn't. When is your first trip to Vegas? Because they have a Hotel Fremont.
Right after the Ram game,
So my question is,
my dad drove us right to
at
Vegas.
the Hollywood Stars game, did you try? And there's an ad here to really score. Try a hot Stelicious chocolate drink. Apparently, Stelicious was a brand name of some wonderful chocolate. Did you ever have one of those? Is Stelicious?
No, that stuff. What are you going to do with that?
Were you not
stuff?
drinking milk at that time in your life
Did
either?
you? But did you? Did my story sink in?
Yeah, it did.
over
That's
there?
really two things. You saw baseball, football. You were going to be on that team. That's a big deal. And you were how old at that time?
I was 12 years of age.
That's great.
I was 12 years of age, and it stuck with me forever and ever and ever. And it's a great little story, and it's the type of a story that I see in kids all the time. Now, this is what's interesting about sports,
Yes.
or anything in life, but certainly sports, because it crosses over no matter where you are in life. What happened to me at 12. I look at other 12-year-old kids and realize what's going on with them. How are they looking at the sport, the baseball, the football, the hockey or basketball, whatever it is that they're doing? I look into it. Thank you. I look into it and ask myself.
You're welcome.
I wonder if they're looking at things like I looked at them as a kid.
I don't think so. I think your generation of kids appreciated that more than they do now. They're a little faster paced out there. The kids, they're always there's attention deficit.
You're right about one thing there. I think you're creeping around this one topic that I've always been amazed at, is that there's so many things going on today with a 12-year-old and a young kid. And there was not many things going on at all with a kid back in 1958. And so you were left to your fantasy as a little kid then to spend time with yourself and to fantasize and to seek out the people that could help you live a fantasy. Today, you're going from one sport to another. You're on television, you're on the tube, you're on YouTube, you're on the internet. You got everything going on at you once.
You're on the air, Fred Dreyer. We'll be right back in the lounge on CRN.
Experience a luxury boutique hotel escape in the heart of Laguna Beach, California, with the finest art gallery, shopping, dining, and nightlife just steps from your door. The heart of Laguna Beach, the edge of the sea. It's the Inn at Laguna Beach. Enjoy our comfortable rooms, blending the style of a timeless beach bungalow with the modern comforts of today. 70 newly appointed guest rooms and suites await you at the Inn at Laguna Beach. Then, relax at the rooftop bar, where you'll indulge in breathtaking views of the ocean. For dining, you'll find libations and local cuisine on the California coastline, including dining at the legendary Las Brisas, a Southern California landmark. The Inn at Laguna Beach, footsteps from room to village to sea, located in the heart of Laguna Beach. The Inn is within walking distance of all that Laguna Beach has to offer. No car required. The Inn at Laguna Beach, 211 North Coast Highway in Laguna Beach, California. Call 800-544-4479 or visit inatlagunabeach.com.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you have severe knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, we have great news. Finally, there's a way to reduce your pain without surgery or taking medications. Call us today and learn how you can qualify to get a pain-relieving knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. We'll even ship your brace for free. If you have excruciating knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving, nearly invisible knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. I've used one, they're comfortable and they work, and we guarantee your happiness. So call right now and get yours. I promise, we're here to take your call. Thank you.
800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. That's 800-290-0759.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Ristorante in Fullerton, California, the #1 Italian restaurant in Orange County. Angelo's and Vinci's features specialty salads, homemade pastas, chicken dishes, supreme seafood, meatballs, and our award-winning pizzas, thin or thick crust. Calling all party planners, private rooms still available for your holiday luncheon or dinner. Try our Holiday Express lunch buffet, just $12.95 per person. It includes tossed green salad, lasagna, chicken cacciatore, sausage and peppers, pasta Alfredo, homemade rolls and butter, garlic bread, and Zeppelis, our famous Italian donuts. Plan your holiday party now. Call Angelo's and Vinci's at 714-879-4022. Angelo's and Vinci's, your destination for private parties, weddings, birthday parties, and all holiday events. 20,000 square feet of food and fun, and voted best Italian restaurant in Orange County. Angelo's and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022. 714-879-4022. Former President Bill Clinton in the lounge with Fred Dreyer and Michael Horn. No, it's not really him. It's made that up. Welcome back here to the Holiday Sports Lounge. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show, the one and only Fred Dreyer. So getting back to Jeff Fisher on this thing, this whole big thing, there's a lot of controversy in Southern California because the Rams, as you say, are not having, let's say, their best season ever. And apparently there was a lot of controversy about what was going on with the Rams and the coach, and they have re-signed Jeff to, what is that, 2 years?
They re-signed the general manager, Les Snead, to a 2-year extension.
Yeah.
And they also extended Jeff Fisher, the head coach, 2 seasons.
2 seasons.
Now, the conversation is they extended him 2 years, which puts them closer to the opening of the new stadium. Many think, as do some of these people like Bill Plaschke in the LA Times, who is a very, very accomplished, very good writer. He says that Fisher has an extension, but it doesn't mean that he'll be back even next year.
Really?
So they've got 4 games left.
So it's a lot of ado about nothing. Things are still up in the air, right?
Oh, listen.
He'd get paid, right?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I don't know how that.
Rams are got some problems. They got to work on some things.
Well, here's what's interesting. I guess you can't. When you make an announcement that you're going to move back to LA where you used to be, you can't guarantee what kind of team you're going to show up with.
Right, that's true.
And so people understand that. But I also think it's a lot. How you play is indicative of the criticism that you get. It's one thing to lose games if you don't have a quarterback, which they don't. It's another thing to lose, if you don't have good offensive line, which they probably don't. And it's the defense is pretty good, but there's a lot of things there that are missing on multiple levels, and they don't seem to play very well. And I think a lot of people don't like that. So they're open for criticism. And this last week, Eric Dickerson, Hall of Fame running back for the Rams when they were here, is now gets a paycheck from another radio station to cover and criticize the Rams, and he does just that. And he said some things that the organization and the coach, Jeff Fisher, did not like. And
you don't like somebody talking about you getting fired.
Well, he brought up the fact, and here's what happens. Everybody talks about the team and what needs to be done, and that's just the nature of sports.
Yes.
That's what's good about it. And at the same time, you automatically slide into finding an excuse as to why they're not doing well. And there's a lot of reasons, and there's too many to name here, but it has a lot to do with other people as well as the head coach. But it's the head coach who's on the anvil, who's on the block. It's him and his staff that leads the team and prepares them. And to many, including Eric Dickerson, many don't think that Jeff Fisher's the guy that is going to be able to make inroads to
Why do you think
win.
that is? He's been with the team for a long time, Jeff Fisher. Now, hasn't
A
he?
lot, and they've been together. The general manager, I think they started together in St. Louis.
Talking about Les Snead.
Yeah, in 2011 or 12, and they were very mediocre. They've not had really a winning season so much. They've had 7-9, and so they haven't 6-10. They haven't had any type of a sign that they're on a roll back, and so that's what bothers a lot of people. And so the criticism's tough. It's tough out there when you accept the head coaching job. You know that what's coming with that is a great deal of criticism if you don't win. And even if you do win, sometimes you can't make everyone happy.
That's true. You win some, you lose some, and that's what it is. I will say this: when you talk about going to your first game as you did back in the 50s, I think still even the kids out there now, when they go to their first game, it can be awe-inspiring. I remember taking my little Caitlin, buddy Fred Beaton's daughter to her first baseball game, and she walked into Dodger Stadium up in that top general admission level and looked down at this green grass and these little guys on the field, and it was like you could see the look on her face like, whoa. And that's kind of the first expression you get when you go to your first game, right?
Yeah, that's right. And
it gets you.
and it's very contagious, actually.
We'll continue straight ahead and try to break the fever right after this.
Here's an important announcement for prescription drug users. If you take Synthroid, Lipitor, Crestor, Nexium, or any other expensive prescription medication, we guarantee you're paying too much. A new program is now making these important drugs available at a fraction of the local pharmacy price. For example, 100 milligram Synthroid in your local pharmacy is about $1 a pill. The exact same medication is about 30 cents a pill. You can save up to 70% on most of the top 200 drugs prescribed by U.S. physicians. Call right now and see if you qualify to get this special offer of a 3-month supply of most of the top-selling prescription drugs for less than $100, plus shipping and handling. Call right now toll-free and start saving on medication for you and your family. Call now, 800-362-9337, 800-362-9337, 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
Any Napa guy knows, and science proves, the best minivan is the one you've already got. Part kid transporter, part drywall mover. Who cares if the faux wood grain is a little faded? That was a platinum package option in 1987. With over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. Because it's not old, it's vintage. That's Napa know-how.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Marilyn brought her famous holiday ham with a side of wet coughing. Probably shouldn't eat it, but there goes your husband. Soon everyone's sniffling. It's the flu. But you're not going to get sick because you got your flu shot at Rite Aid, where they care about you and your health. So while they suffer through their sore throats, coughing, and aches, you'll teach your granddaughter to make your famous snickerdoodles. It's not too late. Shield yourself with the flu and pneumonia shot at Rite Aid. If you're over 65, the CDC recommends both. It's free with most insurance and no appointments necessary. Rite Aid. With us, it's personal. Flu vaccines available while supplies last. Age restrictions apply in some states. See pharmacy for details.
Hey guys, Ryan the Rhino DeSico here for my friends at Liberty HealthShare. If your healthcare has become a burden and you're worried about being stuck for another year, listen up, because you do have options. Liberty HealthShare could be the solution to your problem. Open enrollment is here, and this could be your chance to free yourself from insurance. Take this opportunity and join Liberty HealthShare. You can finally be in control and have freedom when it comes to your healthcare. Liberty HealthShare offers an entirely open network, which means you choose your own doctors and you choose your own hospitals. Liberty HealthShare offers freedom from insurance, meaning there are no related tax penalties. To find out how you can easily make the change, call Liberty HealthShare today at 855-585-4237 or visit their website at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Do it today.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow.
Welcome back here to the Lounge, Sports Lounge with Fred Dry, Holiday Edition. Going to give you some addresses here in a little bit where you can follow Fred on Twitter and Facebook and email him and all that good stuff. $5 if you can guess who's singing this.
Jack Jones.
No.
May your days be
someone you know. This is a good question for you.
And may all your
Robert Davi.
Robert Davi. Close. Robert Conrad.
Is that Bob?
That's Bob Conrad. Get an addition on that, huh? Tom Brady has made NFL history, by the way, Fred Dreyer. The winningest quarterback in NFL history, 2-time MVP, 4-time Super Bowl champion. He took sole possession of the all-time quarterback win record last week, Sunday, when the Patriots defeated the team you were talking about, the Los Angeles Rams.
Yes. Well, 201 career wins.
Boy, it's something else. He beat his longtime rival Peyton Manning, who's since retired. Do you think Peyton will come out of retirement just to go ahead and get the record back?
I would if I was him.
You would too, wouldn't you?
I'd take a couple of more concussions.
If someone gets two safeties in one game, would you come back in and play?
If some jackass got lucky and scored 3, I'm coming out of retirement.
You would come.
I'm coming out.
And you would do it. Now, here's another kind of a fun note, a baseball note here, I guess. It's a football note from a play-by-play standpoint. Joe Buck, one of your favorite announcers.
Yeah, my all-time favorite.
He was a guest on the NFL Network show, Dave Dameshek's show, and he was promoting his new book, which I think we should get to Joe Buck on. The book is called Lucky Bastard, and during his appearance, he shared an insane story, and he said he once called a touchdown by Brett Favre while going to the bathroom in a trash can. What happened was Buck had to go, and the first half was going on and on. The first idea was to use a water bottle, but then Buck settled in on a trash can. The only problem during the commercial break, he froze up, and by the time he finally got going, they were coming back from the commercial, and then Brett Favre instantly threw a touchdown.
Let me ask you a question,
Yes.
just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
You think Vin Scully is going to volunteer anything like that would follow him around the rest of his living and post-living days? You know, why would you? Here's my point. Of course.
I don't think Vinny ever went in a trash can, though.
That's not the point.
I know.
Is that the point?
no,
Why don't you
that's not
explain to the people what I was talking about?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
But why would you make a point of telling people? You know, when Brett Favre was throwing a touchdown, I was urinating in a trash can. What does that do to make
Because
me
today-
feel as though you have an insight I need to know?
Because in today's modern world, that's what sells the book, and people want to know those stories. And then they do
Well, if
what I
that's the
just
case,
did.
I'm going to start making a bunch of stuff up, and
They
I'm going to
tell
have
it over and
a
over
big
again.
hit.
You should. You should make things.
I should.
should. And it'd be,
You're actually encouraging me to make a book like that.
No, it's not. Don't ever encourage Fred Dryer.
I was so drunk at halftime that
Our buddy Bob Miller had a problem in the press box, he told me one time, where he had to go to the bathroom, but he did his smoothly without anybody knowing anything about it.
And now we know about it.
Well, because I just told it.
Yeah. Let's skip it.
No, you don't want to hear the story?
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. I don't want to envision Bob or any of my friends. I mean, Buck is
Well,
not my
you
friend.
told a story one time where you changed your outfit right on the field and nobody even knew you were doing it because you had a tear or something, right?
Don't you think that's a little different than it's?
Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
But
okay.
for you to get away with that without nowadays,
it wasn't
cameras-
something we got away with. I wasn't naked. I was not naked.
Did you pull them on over your other pants? Or did you take them off? And
What? When I did what?
Well, you changed your.
I changed. I pulled my shoes off, which were taped on, which was the biggest problem I had.
Right.
And then I pulled my pants off real quick, and I had to put the pads back in the new pants.
Right.
And so that was a problem. So that's what took a lot of.
But
that,
you didn't
that
go back in the
created
dressing room.
tension.
You
No,
did-
no. That created
But did
tension.
people surround you when you did it?
A couple people, yes.
It's good.
Yeah.
I hope there was exciting action going on the
No,
field, like Brett Favre throwing
well,
a
I mean,
touchdown
everything
pass.
everything went smooth.
Okay, good.
And we're in a better place today because of it.
That's good. That's good. Now, listen to this. Adrian Peterson has now said he's only going to return this year if the Vikings are still in the hunt. If he's able to return to come back this year. He was last year's NFL rushing leader. He had surgery to repair a torn meniscus in his right knee, and he said he won't return this season if they're out of playoff contention. I don't blame him on that. Would you come
Well,
back?
he needs a character transplant. This guy.
Why do you say that?
Why would you make an announcement like that? You know, I'll come back if we're in contention.
Yeah.
You get paid to play regardless of
that. It's true.
Of what you're doing, aren't you?
Yeah.
If that's my teammate, I go over to him and say, "What does that mean?" I actually ask him, you know, if you're going to make an announcement.
You would go and talk to Peyton. I mean,
well, so would
to
a lot
Adrian.
of other players.
You got it.
Say, hey, wait a minute. What are you doing? You mean you're going to grace us with that hope that we can be competitive in the next 4 to 5 weeks? So much so that you could actually suit up and help us win a game? That's what you're supposed to do. You're making, what, $17 million or whatever the hell he's making.
That's good. Now, you can comment on Fred's comments here by following him on Twitter, Fred_Dryer, D-R-Y-E-R. That's his Twitter handle. Facebook.com, and then you go / The Real Fred Dryer, and you can email him. We get a lot of emails at FredDryer@CRNTalk.com. Fred Dryer at CRNTalk.com. Lots to talk about here on the show. This Joe McKnight thing, the player, this guy that
Ex-USC running back.
Yeah, the guy that killed him has been charged. And, road rage. You and I were in a little bit of a road rage in the car last week. Some guy thought I cut him off. I might have.
Oh, you were excellent. You really.
I was calm,
yourself.
wasn't I?
You rolled the window down, and the guy came up alongside of us and was really MFing you.
I was going to ignore him, but you were saying, "Hey, he wants to talk to you."
We did.
So you forced me to roll the window down.
Yeah,
The guy
that's
was
okay.
yelling about it. I
That's
said, "I got stuck in the lane. I'm sorry. I got stuck out there. I had to get back in." And then he still yelled, and I said, "And Merry Christmas to you as well."
Yeah.
But
But
then
he
you
was
wanted me to chase him because you.
Well, we're catching one another and dropping back in traffic as traffic would dictate, and it was the right thing to do to talk to the guy and apologize.
Geico presents a voicemail from your friend, Washing Machine.
Hi, it's Washing Machine. It's about, 7 o'clock on Wednesday. So, good news, bad news. First, I found your lost sock. Exciting! Also, I might have maybe flooded the whole basement. It's going to be pretty expensive. But hey, at least you got that sock.
Your washing machine won't pay for water damage. Luckily, one call to the Geico Insurance Agency makes it easy to switch and save on homeowners insurance.
Marilyn brought her famous holiday ham with the side of wet coughing. Probably shouldn't eat it, but there goes your husband. Soon everyone's sniffling. It's the flu, but you're not going to get sick because you got your flu shot at Rite Aid, where they care about you and your health. So while they suffer through their sore throats, coughing, and aches, you'll teach your granddaughter to make your famous snickerdoodles. It's not too late. Shield yourself with the flu and pneumonia shot at Rite Aid. If you're over 65, the CDC recommends both. It's free with most insurance and no appointments necessary. Rite Aid. With us, it's personal. Flu vaccines available while supplies last. Age restrictions apply in some states. See pharmacy for details.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Merry Christmas from all of us at the lounge.
Sounds like the opening of Cherry Pie. Cherry pie.
For those that don't know, Fred Dryer loves doo-wop music. You like the 50s and 60s,
Well,
don't
I
you?
do. I do it because I was 12 in 58, and I remember all the stuff in 54. I remember stuff Johnny Otis show in 53. 52, I was 6. So I remember stuff from when I was 5 and 6.
And we talked that you were on the Ed Sullivan Show when you were on in
1969.
69. By the way,
I was on the Ed Sullivan Show.
that was great. We had listeners send us a clip of the Giants from the 1969 and 1970 season. We're going to post that up at our website at crntalk.com/Fred Dryer.
We should really do that for our fans
Yeah.
because I think that they would like to see the context in which I performed during that part of my life that was such a huge part of giving a base to what I'm doing at this very moment.
Yeah, this is your first 2 years in football with the New York Giants, who signed you.
69-70.
Fran Tarkington, the quarterback. Thanks to Gail, our listener Gail, for sending that in. That's great.
Yeah, that was very nice of Gail to do that. Thank you very much.
And then the sad note that we talked about, this guy admitted to killing former NFL player, has been charged with manslaughter. Ronald Legasser is being held on $500,000 bond for the death of Joe McKnight. Just a sad kind of thing. And I was mentioning before the break that, you and I were involved in that, where I just calmly talked to the guy. I was not even going to roll the window down, and I sort of cut a guy off because I had to get in from the outside lane. I kind of got stuck out there, and he was very upset. And I just, you said I handled it well. I just calmly said, I had to move in, and he still yelled at me. And you were kind of, then he went to the right side, and you were rolling down your window as if you wanted to talk to him and give him your version.
I did want to.
You wanted to give him your version of the story.
No, actually, I wanted to say is, actually, I side with you. That's why I wanted to tell
You wanted to tell us that what it was?
Yeah. I said, actually, you're right. I was hitchhiking, and this guy picked me up. That was my story.
Now, here's a problem that I'm having personally is after the show today, we're supposed to go out to a happy hour, and now you're not going to go because you don't like happy hours. What is your problem?
I do not like happy hours.
Why?
I think it's a designated area for disaster.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
Well, okay, it's happy hour, so we're going to get there. It's from 4 to 6. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
4 to 6, pound it down, and then get on the freeway.
Well, you can drink coffee and stuff. You were
that's not how it
complimenting about
works.
the food. You said you wanted to sit down and have dinner. I said,
well, I like to eat instead of drink.
Well, I was going to have food at the happy hour.
Yeah, you're going to have. You're going to have
What?
Cheese Whiz, rolled in Fritos.
No, that's not true.
That's what you're going to have.
Cheese Whiz rolled in Fritos.
Yeah,
what else do they serve there?
They take it. They take it. It's like a fondue. And you can get them to go too. You can. When you get
Is
ready
there
to
any
go,
happy hour you would go to at a place that has
it's not
salmon
happy.
and salad?
It's not happy. You know the guy that pulled up next to you and told you he wanted to wring your neck?
He's going to be
that guy just came from a happy hour. I guarantee you.
You guarantee. He's in a bad mood because he had Cheese Whiz.
No, the guy was burping up cheese. That's why he was pissed off. I mean, come on.
It's a terrible thing.
No, but you don't want to slug down a bunch of alcohol and then say, "Hey, I really feel good now," and we better get across town and make our reservations. And then you speed through town, and then you're hit by 6 different trucks, and the time you get to where you're going, you're puking up cheese. Huh?
Okay.
Am I right about this? Ladies and gentlemen, I beg of you.
I don't want to go now. So Phil Jackson's in the news. He apparently interrupted a Knicks high point to critique Carmelo and Carmelo Anthony.
I'm surprised he hasn't done it every day.
Why do you say that? Because he's just the guy needs some talking to?
You pay people guaranteed money.
Yes.
You've got a big problem.
Yeah, see, you don't believe in that. You're a player, and you're saying...
Wait. I believe in everybody negotiating and making money. And when they say, we're going to give you $1 million, I want it to be $1 million. And I don't want them to say, well, we're going to give you $1 million, but somewhere during the season we can cut you, and that's it. No, I don't want that contract. See, that's pro football contract.
Yeah.
But baseball and basketball have different contracts. When you sign a contract, Jack, you're there. You're there as much as the owner's there. You're on that team. They could say, okay, we don't want you on the team, and you can go home to New Jersey and sit around and do what you're going to do. Go to happy hours and watch TV and collect your $125 million.
Yeah.
So my point is that there has to be some way of it's a gamble, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, when you decide I'm going to give this guy this money,
guarantee him.
You're going to guarantee him, however much money they're going to get. You have no idea what you're getting.
Yeah, and it's a terrible thing. So
some of these guys, like Phil Jackson, would now say time out and go right over to him and say, I'm not really too excited by what you're doing. You're getting a lot of money to show a lack of leadership. And that's it's important.
So would you be lecturing your team people if you were?
Of course, I gave my 2 cents in life. Wherever I.
And you weren't even a coach at the time, but you would give your 2 cents in life.
I gave my 2 cents to coaches and owners. I spoke up to everybody.
You still do to this day. That's why you're doing this show.
That's why I'm out here in Northridge.
Why you're out here.
That's why I'm in Northridge.
This is it. Yeah, and keep doing it until you get it right, till they like you. I think, the coach, Jeff Fisher, the Rams might like you better than Eric Dickerson.
I don't know about that.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right, for you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, Drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right, in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day. And little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you have severe knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, we have great news. Finally, there's a way to reduce your pain without surgery or taking medications. Call us today and learn how you can qualify to get a pain-relieving knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. We'll even ship your brace for free. If you have excruciating knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving, nearly invisible knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. I've used one, they're comfortable, and they work, and we guarantee your happiness. So call right now and get yours. I promise, we're here to take your call. Thank you.
800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. That's 800-290-0759.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you have severe knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, we have great news. Finally, there's a way to reduce your pain without surgery or taking medications. Call us today and learn how you can qualify to get a pain-relieving knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. We'll even ship your brace for free. If you have excruciating knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving, nearly invisible knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. I've used one, they're comfortable, and they work, and we guarantee your happiness. So call right now and get yours. I promise, we're here to take your call. Thank you.
800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. That's 800-290-0759.
Ding dong ding.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas.
Welcome back here to the Lounge, Sports Lounge. Michael Horn with the one and only Fred Dreyer.
Burl Ives. And a little bitty tear let me down. And you know what? Every time I hear Burl Ives' voice, it takes me specifically to a nice little place in my childhood where my parents would run down the street, and they'd realize as they were trimming the tree that they were 2 boxes shy of tinsel. So they jump in the car and say, "Come on, Frederick, let's go. You have to go with me." "I don't want to go." "You got to go." So we went down to the J.C. Penney and went in. And while my mom parked the car, she says, "Go in. Here's 50 cents. Go in." 50 cents for tinsel. That's a good deal.
That's a really good
and
deal.
go in there and get some tinsel. Okay. And just get the straight tinsel. Don't get the curly Q tinsel. I don't want that curly Q tinsel.
Are you talking about the tinsel that was the icicle, or the one that goes and circles the tree?
No. It's long. So when you take it out of the bag, it's bent over in the middle and hangs over like that. So you can take it out and put it over your hand and take it and hang it on a tree.
Yeah, we call those icicles, but it was actually tinsel. They were
it
silver
was tinsel.
foil.
That's what said on the box. So I went over and we got it, and
I guess I was wrong.
And every time I turned around, Burl Ives was singing "Have a Happy Christmas." So that's.
And how much did you pay for the tinsel?
Oh, 50 cents.
That's pretty good
26 cents, 24 cents a box.
That's something else.
Anyway, that was that. And, I'm looking at this thing here, I mentioned that, we have the programs from the LA Rams and the Detroit Lions and and the Washington Redskins.
Hollywood Stars.
And Hollywood Stars. And I saw a picture in here of John Arnett.
Football legend, Rams.
A USC great running back. And in those days, each team in the league got to draft locally.
Yeah.
So the Rams drafted John Arnett from USC, and he was a great player for them. And then he went off, in 62, 61, 62, 63. He went on and played for the Bears when they won the championship in 63. But I met John Arnett. I remember going to the Ram game in 58 against the Bears at the Coliseum and watching John Arnett and thinking, wow, he's so great. And then when I got to the Rams in 72, the following year when they fired Tommy Prothro in 72, to start the 73 season out at Fullerton, all the old Rams came out. And they all came out because, like right now what's going on, the Rams are back in town. So Carol Rosenblum, a new owner, came in and said, we're going to change things up, new uniforms, we're going to have a new coach, we're going to win, it's going to be great. And he created a buzz in the community. And one of the people that showed up, amongst a lot of them, Deacon Jones and all these guys showed up, Lamar Lundy and Les Richter, and all these guys showed up over that first training camp with Chuck Knox. John Arnett. When I walked in, and
you saw him,
Jack Faulkner was inside. And he yelled at me, "Hey, come over here!" And he says, "I want you to meet John Arnett."
Wow.
And the first thing I said was 1958 Chicago Bear game in the Coliseum. He said, that was my first game when I saw you play. I think you ran for like 65, 80 yards or something like that. He said, yeah. He says, I remember that. So we talked briefly just about that moment. And it was just a great little encapsulation. It was just he and I one-on-one. It was really, really a lot of fun. He praised me and how I played, and it was kind of a mutual backslap situation, but that's the way it goes. And we had a great moment there, and I'll never forget that.
Do players like yourself, do you remember most all the games you're in when somebody says, hey, Fred, I saw you in this game, and you go, yeah, I remember that. That's your job. You remember that
stuff?
Well,
if someone is specific,
yeah,
I will remember it.
Yeah, specific thing.
Well, I can still remember.
Yeah. Hey, thanks to our, we want to say just a farewell to a good broadcasting legend of ours, Art Astor, who passed away today.
No.
Yeah, what a great guy, 91 years of age, great life, great stations, love the guy, and he will be missed. So we dedicate our show to Art Astor today. Anyway, everybody go out and live a good life and have each day going real well. Let me tell you how you can contact Mr. Fred Dryer here. You follow him on Twitter. This guy is very prolific as putting his tweets up there. Fred_Dryer, FRED_DRYER. You can also check him out on Facebook. And it's at facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer. Do you do Facebook enough, Fred, I think?
I don't. I don't do a lot of it. You know what's happening? It's really consuming a lot of time and a period of time which I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, you can email Fred too.
Yeah.
Fred Dryer, FREDDRYER.
We get those emails, by the way, my point. We get these emails.
CRNtalk.com. Fred Dryer at CRNtalk.com.
Channels, the radio channels, CRN.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation Director Mark Gwynn says that arrests have been made in the fire that hit eastern Tennessee.
2 people have now been charged for their role in starting the fires. Unfortunately, these 2 individuals are juveniles.
The wildfire